We are all about the fun factor, and my next guests always bring the party. We are pulling in the What's He Thinking guys for another round of our favorite all-guy panel. A chance, of course, to get the male perspective on life, on love, and everything in between. Welcoming radio host Frankie Corrigan, comedian Stephen Jones, and filling in for Sam Beeson, who we miss, but is well represented by KSL meteorologist Kevin Eubank. Hey, Kev.
I don't know why Sam didn't want to come today.
Thanks for popping over.
Happy to come.
We're glad you're here. Can we jump in? Because there are some fun topics that I can't wait to get your opinions on, all three of you. We'll start with a lesson on humility. So recently, actor Mark Wahlberg has been posting shirtless videos to his social media accounts to promote his fitness products, and his wife and his daughter are apparently mocking him for it. What? So let's check this out.
Wait, you know what? There's no protein aftertaste. Oh, that's good. I was about to get strong for $6 billion man.
Babe, stop doing videos with your shirt off.
Yeah, Dad.
Okay, so you heard Mark's wife at the end say, stop filming with your shirt off, please. And then his daughter Gracie chimes in saying, yeah, Dad, embarrassing, Dad. So we want to know, in your own life, you all lead pretty big lives in your own right. What have your kids said or done, or your wife said or done, to humble you a little bit? Frankie, do you want to start us off?
Sure. The other day, I came in and she's like, I met some listeners at the mall and I took their information down. So I was like, oh, that's great. And I'll say hello to them on Monday.
You're always good about that.
Yeah, and I love that. And then she's like, oh, by the way, I think Axel went poop. So that really humbled me quick. So as soon as I walk in, I was like, okay.
Hey, you Big Deal radio host.
Yeah.
Do your job on Monday, but first do your job here.
There's a number 2 waiting for you.
Die for duty. Kevin, any humbling moments? You're a humble guy.
Oh yeah. No. I was in an event and someone asked, hey, what's the weather going to be like? And my son's like, oh, dude, he doesn't know. Let's call Grandpa. And I'm like, really? Like, really? That's my own offspring that would say something like that.
How old was your son?
No, this was recent. He's 16, 17 years old.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Humble pie.
That's a good one. Steven, what about you?
I'm just humbled by my wife. I mean, I know I have to represent Sam today, but my wife is just meek, period. And that alone is humbling to me. Half of the time when we ever get any kind of scuffle, she's always the first to apologize, even like just to make things peaceful again.
Yeah.
Always the first, and I know that the question is more about, like, you know, because what we do, but
no,
that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I'll echo that. I remember the first time I met your wife, and she has one of those, she has a presence that you immediately just feel comfortable around her. Like, you immediately feel she's super friendly.
Yeah, and she knows everything. She knows my weakness, but she doesn't use it against me, you know? She's,
good lady.
Yeah, she is.
So you're representing Sam and saying?
Love my wife.
I love my wife. Yeah, Sam also always says that. All right, topic number 2. I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a little boy who's attempting to share directions to Bear Creek, and this little boy goes on and on and on. In fact, in all, he takes a minute to give directions, but he's adorable. Listen.
Last week, you jump back on another mile, and you go back on this mile, and you go back on that mile. Then you go Bear Creek mile, you go on the bridge mile, and you turn on another bridge.
I don't know if that's just a cute little 3-year-old speech impediment or a twang. He's got like a country.
No, he's from in the South. That's how you give directions.
That's cute.
Creek to bridge.
Do you get to make? Yeah, you turn. You don't have east, west, that stuff. We don't do that.
All right. So how are you, Mr. South, at directions?
First of all, I'm terrible here. When somebody says west, I'm like, how do you even, like, if there's inside of a building, people are like the west side. Like, how do you know that?
Well, because there's mountains out the window.
But I know they're like in the basement. Like, how do you know? But anyway, I'm terrible at directions, and so is my wife. We're both terrible. It's just it's a wreck.
So what do you do in the car?
Oh man, I don't know. We don't. We have it on our phone, but that's when we usually get with the friction. She'll have the phone sometimes, and then she'll be trying to give me the directions. Yeah. Oh, it's a train race.
My husband always yells at me, "You didn't tell me to turn soon enough."
That's what
I'm like,
saying,
listen to the phone. It's not me. Kevin, how do you do?
I grew up here. Getting around here is easy.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you where I get lost is when we go out into the Midwest and there aren't mountains to orient us.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what the kid was saying.
I know. Yeah. And please don't believe any GPS on your phone, because those are about as reliable as a paper map.
You end up on the news.
You end up somewhere and you're like,
lost in the desert.
Or that takes you that extra hour way, and you're like, that's not.
You're an outdoorsy dude. Do you get scrambled ever?
No, I'm pretty good with directions here. My wife overall, Tammy's pretty good with directions, but every once in a while, and it's my fault, but she'll tell me, you know, turn right here, and then all of a sudden we end up
who knows
lost
where.
or something. I'm like, what? And then I keep saying, why do I listen to you? So it's that kind of a conversation.
That's the friction in your relationship.
Yeah.
Well, we're closing in on Mother's Day, so it seems like an obvious topic, but we wanted to throw kind of a unique angle at you. What is a life lesson your moms taught you that has really had an impact, that really has taken on a meaning in your life? I know you all have great women, great mothers, so Frankie, tell us.
Well, we were just talking about this out in the green room before, and I think I shared this a little bit ago, years ago here on Studio 5, but that was kind of the struggle, and I know she struggled letting me leave the house, you know, at the age of 20 or 21 when I was starting the radio career.
Right.
But I did have some people that I knew where their parents would be like, just quit, just come home. You know what I mean? That is so weird and enabling. Like, so luckily my parents didn't do that, but I know it was tough for my mom, but it was that letting me be independent.
Yeah, letting you tough it out, letting you walk the road.
Struggle.
Sure.
And it was good, and it paid off.
Kevin, your mom's a lovely woman. What have you learned from her?
Well, I'm 6 of 7 kids in our family, so my mother was a saint to put up with all of us.
Yes.
But she taught me early and then often, and then ultimately it was a characteristic that I loved about my wife, which was to always do your best. And my mom knew our best. She knew when we were underperforming,
moms do.
or when we weren't giving it 100%, or we were just trying to just pass it off as good enough. And she was always right there to go, is that your best work? Are you willing to put your name and in turn my name on that as your best?
I love that.
And I learned pretty quick that you better do it right, because mom knew, and now my wife Jana is the same way. She's like, that's your best effort, and she looks at you like, that's not your best effort.
That's good accountability right there.
That's not gonna go over.
Steven, tell us about your mom.
My mom, when I was in high school, there's this dance. I was in this dance concert at school, and there's this one part where it was this Michael Jackson dance, right? So it was like Michael Jackson and everybody, you know, Dad, you're doing everything right.
Sure.
And
that?
at the school concert, anyway, so I had this. I ripped my shirt, okay.
Mark Wahlberg style?
Mark Wahlberg style. I had this idea, but see, I didn't do it during the parent concert. I only did it at school. And then a couple days later, my mom came up to me and was like, I want to talk to you about something. And my brother, I guess, I'm just saying, my brother, anyway, I'm glad he told on me, because what she told me was, she said, Steven, you don't have to show your body. You're already a good dancer, Steven. You don't have to show your body. And so, like, in a lot of different ways, it's really helped me remember that, like, I'm already good enough. I don't have to do all this extra stuff.
I love that. I love that. You guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.